So, Keino,
Yes.
that means he is street smart.
Mm-hmm.
He learned the market language,
Mm-hmm.
because he lived amongst them.
Mm-hmm.
He see their mannerism, the way in which they live. And you know how
and there's nothing more fundamental about education than being able to take what you learn and apply. And I mean, it's sad to say, but I mean, these people are not educated. They have a degree, but they're not educated because they cannot use it in any critical way. They're not using it in a critical way. So, and it really needs to come back to some of what we really value. And if we get back to the things that we value and analyze our values, and I've always said, I don't want to sound biased or anything like that right now, but being authentic and getting back to, I like to say I'm from Tobago, I'm from Charlottesville, so we have the cleanest set of values. We're from country and everything like that. We're not stush. So I think that we are who we are. And I think that we can't use our degrees as pretense anymore if we're not really able to fix problems. And people
have a degree, but you have degree too.
I mean, yes, because it's what is required.
Yes, I know.
But I can fix a problem, and as opposed to being stush about not being able to fix a problem.
Amen. Well, gentlemen, we are going to take a 2-minute break. Get yourself together, because we, 1 hour and a half, and we already passed the hour. We're going to have a little 2 minutes break, and then we will be back, and then we will continue where we left off.
Great.
You're watching Live with Mama Coco, a current affairs and lifestyle program that touches on what matters to you. Know someone who would benefit from watching this live? Go ahead and share it. Know someone who would be a great guest for Live with Mama Coco? Go onto our booking page to enter their contact information or call 702-577-0848 to talk to a member of our team. Want to take a piece of the show with you? Then don't forget to check out Mama Coco's Life and Style Shop, where you can purchase copies of Mama Coco's book, Unbreakable Spirit, or get your emblazoned apparel with some of Mama Coco's favorite sayings and one-of-a-kind artwork. Live with Mama Coco is produced and distributed by Girl Powered Success and Survival International.
Mama Coco has such improvement, Mama Woy. Yes, Mama Coco food, Mama Coco recipes, Mama Coco is a chef, Mama Coco cooking up a storm. Welcome back to Mama Coco Life and Style. Emphasis on style, emphasis on life, emphasis on living, emphasis on of notifying the people, bringing the youths to the forefront, and bringing our elders up. Let them know that you're not too old to be sold, and you're not to be old to be told. Yes. So here we are. Tonight we are back, and welcome back, Keino Baird, Keino Sledgehammer Baird. Welcome, Keino. Welcome back. And you look very rested, Keino. You look as if you're sleeping and resting up well. You look good.
Well, thank you. I mean, for the last few weeks, I've been trying to keep healthy.
Yes.
I've been to the doctor. Everything is good. To tell you the honest truth, I didn't like doctors.
I think it's the Mama Coco show that caused that, I think you're looking.
I mean,
I think you're looking good. I think you're doing. I think something coming in your way, Tell us the secret.
I mean, I feel
talk
good
about it
and,
backstage.
I know I'm good and everything like that, so it's good. I mean, I remember when I was coughing a few weeks ago.
You are my co-host, so welcome back, the other guest.
Well, tonight we have Mr. Willon Ivan Nurse with us. He's lived all over South America, Spanish-speaking South America, and he has a really good good thoughts on young people and education in Trinidad and Tobago, and we're happy to have him here with you, and I'm grateful to being your co-host tonight. I may have a recipe for you soon, though.
I believe what you are saying. I didn't hear anything, but I know. As long as the team behind the scene did not say anything to me, that means everything going well.
Yeah.
Oh, Keino, you have a recipe for me.
Yeah, I might have a recipe for you today.
Yeah, thank you so much, Keino. We will discuss that recipe.
Yeah,
because in one of my publications, it will be recipes from everybody.
It's not an authentic recipe, but it's something I try. Yes. I try a thing today.
Or you cook a soup today.
Yeah,
I didn't hear anything, Keino. I'm so sorry, but we will talk about it.
Yeah.
I want the recipe.
I will.
So you try a thing.
I mean, I've had it before. It's a Mexican lime soup.
Yeah.
And it tastes really good. In 2008, I took a bunch of students to Mexico, down in the Yucatan where the Mayans lived and so on.
Yes, we went there, yes.
And they had this Mexican lime soup. And I tried it a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's good.
But today I said I felt for it today, and I said I'm gonna make it, and I made it today, and I had about 2 bowls and a cup. And I think I'm gonna try to have some more tonight.
When you see man feeling for something, somebody must have an egg somewhere, watch yourself. When you see man feel for things, and man feel for soup and feel for pilau.
33 degrees, Mama Coco.
So that's why you look so rested. You really look good, Keino. You get some good lemon juice and lemon rind in your system. You look fresh. Even your bald head shining. You understand what I mean?
I need to shave right now, too.
You need to shave, but you're shining still. It snowed in Brooklyn today. So
yeah,
Keino,
it snowed today. So
Keino and Ivan Nurse, happy am I to be here again with you guys. And Willon and Keino, given the current, is the same question we have here?
No, it's a different question.
Okay, the current educational framework in Trinidad and Tobago. How does the next generation of Tobagonians break free of a THA dependent society or workplace?
Go ahead first.
Well, one, Tobago, all Tobagonians, majority of them are working in the THA at the moment. And as I say again, the system set you up to fail big. So all you know about, okay, I want a government work. I want a government work. Give me a government work. I want to eat a food, a government work. But you're not thinking out of the box, okay, well, here happened. I went and get a degree. I went in primary school, secondary school, and I have talents. I could do something different than just to work for the government in THA. Use the skills that I have, and pursue something different and come up with your own stuff and be your own boss. Because the THA system wouldn't cut it out for you. But because you know somebody who works in the THA or some family member families of yours is in maybe high political way, you could get the work and still depend on that. And you're not thinking about liberating yourself. So what I advise that the person there must try to discover themselves and their own skill and not just depending on a work from the THA. Many of them in the curriculum doesn't teach you to.
Just let me take a little break here.
So continue, Mr. Nurse.
Yes, the curriculum doesn't really teach you to advance your skills on them or use the basic skill for survival or to become successful. So you have the 5-level subject and the bachelor degree, and you might have a bachelor degree in communication, but you're working in THA, but you cannot really use that level of that book sense to work as a communication advisor, whatever, or marketing to market Tobago or sports. You don't know how to do it, but you just have the degree.
So so the question is that how do they break free? You know, I think it's gonna take a while. That's the first thing that I'm going to say. It's going to take a while, and it's going to have to take people, especially this generation, I would say millennials, who are opting out of the system to figure it out, and maybe their children are gonna be raised to say, you know what, I don't need to be dependent on this system. Because at the end of the day, what I think people are looking for, what everybody is looking for, I think people are looking for money.
Yes, money, of course.
At the end of the day, I think that's the people want to be able to meet their basic needs at the end of the day. And in order for us to do that, we have to be able to we have to work. And
but you know,
let me just finish my point.
Yeah.
We have to be able to work. And it comes back to what I was saying in the value of work. And I have to know that if the resources that I have around me is a piece of land, if that is a resource that I have, I need to be able to put that land into production somehow. So if it means that I need to go and plant pimentos, if it means to me I need to go and plant tomatoes, that is what it means. Because even if you go in your office and draw your pay, and I go and plant my tomatoes, I'm going to market and sell my tomatoes, at the end of the day, we still exchanged our time for some sort of money. And I think people need to really be able to think about how they exchange their time. And if I can be a free individual, if I can, and what freedom means to me is that I am free to exercise my thoughts and opinions. I am free to associate with who I want to associate with. And that includes politically. And if you know where I'm getting to here now, because if I'm not associating with certain people politically, and if I only have, if my level of motivation is at a certain level to say that, you know what, well, if I go and plant tomatoes, or if I go and plant pimento, people gonna laugh at me. But I can say whatever the hell I want to say, as opposed to somebody who might have to be going into an office every day and working under some political directorate and really can't express what they really need to say. So one of the things that we really do need to understand, there's this Brazilian educator, his name is Paulo Freire, and he says that education, the purpose of education, it's supposed to lead us to freedom. If you understand what I'm saying, education is supposed to lead us to freedom. So in order for us to break free of this, we need teachers who are working within the system, but working in a lot of ways to overturn the system from from within. You need good, honest people. We need to get rid of the culture of corruption and nepotism that we have in Trinidad and Tobago. That's how we're gonna break free of this. We need to put qualified people to work in certain positions. If you not qualified for that work there, you not qualified for that job. But that's not what we have going on in Tobago.
Yeah, and what I want to say also too is that for example, I'll draw an example. I know a guy from Best's Hope. His name he used to go to Scarborough Secondary School. I wouldn't call the name of the person because of what. He set up. It's a waste of time. I go to school here, but I'll go to school still. But I got drive taxi and work taxi, and finally went and work taxi. And today, when you go to Best's Hope, he own his own big supermarket, his own business. He have an area for autos to fix autos and everything. And the area, I don't know where Miss Price, shop was, supermarket.
Well, if you could go so far to name the business place, you better call his name anyway. We understand.
Well, his name is MacGyver. His name is Lincoln Stewart. MacGyver, we know that MacGyver.
And
he's a professional businessman. And you're right. You need honest people to work in the system. You see, the education system sets you up so that when you go into the work in THA or work on a government area, you work on a boss and your freedom, you don't get the freedom. So education is supposed to be your liberation, to give you that freedom, not freedom just to work as a slave, but freedom for you to take a breather and decide what you want to do for yourself. Nobody command your physical environment for you. Education is supposed to liberate you, supposed to make you connect you with different entities, so you connect as a dot and build an empire so that you can be successful instead of staying in one spot. When you stay in one spot, you're not moving, you're not progressing as you mean. You're not progressing. So in order for you to progress, you need to start to have people in places that is honest with you, who can work around with you, who could teach you the right stuff instead of depending on just the theater. Or the society need to rearrange. Long ago, I believe in Best's Hope and in Rocks where I grew up, we have critical thinkers who help us to make us successful. But now it's not breeding that no more. We don't breed leaders with who are transparent, who are clean, who are clear, who make you want to be working with them for a better, greater stuff in life. But it's so corruptive, and because it's so corruptive, it bribed a lot of people. It bribed a lot of people and make you want to be part of the system. So if you go in to work, you want to work clean. And if you see a fisherman fishing or a person planting cassava and dashing, you look down on that person and laugh at him and say that's not a good job he's doing. But he is free. The fisherman is free. The man planting the cassava and dashing and yam, he's doing everything free for himself. He could express it. The taxi drivers who is driving a taxi, you could create your own employment, and that education is supposed to make you do.
I think one of the persons said it, that it's about valuing entrepreneurship and valuing business ownership and those things that allow, and he said it really well, that education. And what I was trying to connect back to the Brazilian educator Paulo Freire, he wrote this book called Pedagogy of the Oppressed. And he, in the 1960s and 70s, how did he teach Brazilian sugar workers to become literate and so on. He did some of that work, a lot of work in culture. I think at one point he was the minister of education in Brazil and another South American country as well. But it has to be about values and like I said, reimagine. Because like when I go to Tobago, when I spend time living in Tobago, so nobody could tell me I just come and thing like that. No, I spend time living in over the last 7 years. I lived in Tobago for about 3 years. And when I look back on the two very distinct times that I was there, and the time when I say that I gained the most knowledge about myself and even more knowledge about society, was when I was down there and starting this business, this company that a friend and I, we from Charlottesville, a fisherman from Charlottesville, we started down there. We went to school together. He was just a standard or two ahead of me, but his name is Neil. And when I look back on Neil's story and Neil's life and everything like that, we come from very same village, but two very different sides of the village, if you, for a lack of a better term. Neil was out of his house when he was 14 years old.
Wow.
You understand? And
what time you leave home? What time you leave home?
18.
No, Ivan Nurse. What time you leave Tobago?
I left Tobago. I left Tobago when I was 17 years of age.
Oh.
17 years when I came to Trinidad. And when I came to Trinidad, I have to reinvent myself on the skills I have in Tobago to break free from a dependent, to be in a dependent society. Friends, I'll say it again, even at the moment right now, when I return to Trinidad and Tobago from Puerto Rico and Latin America country, I came up with the ideas. I said, I do not want to work for somebody. I will reinvent myself and get job for my own self. So I became a flagman. And when I became a flagman, many people laugh at me. But I went in a stadium, meeting millions of people, thousands of people, jumping up and collecting $5,000 TT dollars at the end of a football game. So if I go to, and that is a lot of money for me. Okay, I'm alone. So, and I reinvent myself as a flagman, and the flagman do it for me. When I run UE half marathon, I get not even if I don't win the marathon, why come 200 or whatever in the marathon. At the end, I've been as a flagman or what's not represented, I got a stipend. I got something. So it's just creating projects on yourself. And then again, you become an ambassador. So you're breaking free. You're not depending on just working for the government. And with that now, you can create projects for the government. So when for example, again, I'm a spoken word artist. I write poetry and arts. Right?
Okay.
So I do.
So you are saying, because I want Keino to finish, because I want to ask Keino how that business that he and his friends started out, how it's going, Keino.
Well, I mean, so how it's going, so we started off with drones. That's what we started off with, drones. But how it's going, I mean, I'm not down there right now, but we're still in communication all the time. I'm sending stuff down. We're evolving the business. Okay. And we have different aspects of it, because even the coding program that I was doing, I ran it under the business. I did my coding program under the business, and the name of the business is Dynamic Perspective. And one of the things is art.
You introduce your coding system to your friend on the side, to Willon Nurse?
No, I haven't talked to him about the coding.
About coding?
No, not really, because that's something I want. That's what I wanted to talk to them, because my good friend Jamelia, we want to do a project and a program, and she asked me to talk with Keino to link to do with the project and the program with coding and everything for her project with for abuse children and whatever. Because we want to create something, awareness and everything.
So you guys just want him to show you guys, or you guys?
No. We don't want.
Wait. Not fighting, because we all here are entrepreneurs and we need each other. But when we're speaking of each other, we speak to each other as business people.
Business people, exactly.
You understand me?
Exactly.
And what she's doing is a very, very good thing. As a matter of fact, she's one of our guests here this weekend on Mama Coco Life and Style.
Yeah, and
so Jamelia is one of our favorites, and she'll be here, Keino, and Let us hear what they want.
I would love to know more about what they're trying to do. And the thing that made me started listening even more is for the population that it serves. I would work with anybody, but I want to work with people who are looking for opportunities and people who have been marginalized, people who have been disadvantaged in some ways. That's the population that I have a heart towards, if you understand.
Yes.
And we will gravitate to
What I'm saying, that I'm gonna gravitate to, and so on. So as long as it's I'd love to sit and talk to you more about it and see what can happen. Definitely
They also
about it.
also Keino,
gentlemen, we are 1 hour and 28 minutes in, and I want to make sure that I keep my promise with with the hour 40 minutes. You understand me?
Yeah.
And we have more to ask, so let us ask this. You are going to get in touch with Keino. Keino will be available for such conversation and timing. But you know, Keino is a very busy man. Sometimes you call him and you will not get him. And
That's
sometimes
very
you
true.
get him.
That's true. That's true. It has happened on many occasions.
Just like you two. And
Yeah.
I know we have a lot more to talk, especially Willon Nurse. You have much more to speak about. I have much more questions for you. But here we have one here, Willon. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years after acquiring your degree?
Right. Well, at the moment right now, while I'm doing my degree, I'm working also on a proposal, a MPhil proposal to do to try to surpass Dr. Eric Williams' thesis, which is done in 1938.
Excuse
And
me,
surpass his degree. Because Dr. Eric Williams did
what do you mean and why?
Dr. Eric Williams did economic history and get his PhD from Oxford University and able to produce a book called Capitalism and Slavery. Now, by now and 5 years from now, I should have my PhD, be going back into politics to lead the way for Tobago, make Tobago a better, greater place. If not an MP for Tobago East, but the Chief Secretary for Tobago within 2026 for the next Chief Secretary election. By that time, I should be having my PhD.
Wow.
And
yeah.
And just to tell you good news, I was online. Mama Coco had to tell you thank you. Mama Coco, your word. Remember you told me that why you're going Africa? You don't have to go Africa. Just 2 weeks ago, I bounced up on Brown University. And they're giving me an opportunity. Even up to the day, they was giving me everything, but they give me an opportunity where you can get scholarship to do your master's and your PhD. If you have to travel to do your research or whatever, they're going to fund you and pay you. But because of COVID right now, the school year 2021-2022, that's what they asked me to register with. By the time I would already finish my degree in December next year, if God spare life, and 2022, I'll be just traveling abroad.
Well, let's keep the rest a secret. Round of applause.
So, as I said,
sometimes you can't speak up your dreams like that.
Yes.
Completely understood.
You want to talk to him about keeping your... You want to talk to him about keeping...
Yeah.
Less is more.
My counselor told me, TLMA. Talk less, more action.
Less is more.
That's very good. Willon, your contribution today was extraordinary and very exciting and very uplifting. But now, what it is like to run a marathon, 26 miles? Is it hard? How do you train?
All right.
No, there's something else. Keino, how have you... No, have you ever
run a marathon? I've never ran a marathon. I've always wanted to, but I have never trained for it. I walked from Roxborough to Scarborough. for other purposes, but I've never ran a marathon. But I do want to run. I think I did a 5K once. I think when I was going to UB, there was an annual 5K run called the Linda Yalem Run, and I did that run every year. She was actually a female student at the University at Buffalo who was sexually assaulted and murdered, and there was a run in her honor every year called the Linda Yalem Run, and I did that run one year. But I do want to do a marathon one year. I mean, I'm in New York City. There's the New York City Marathon right here, but I would have to train for it, and it's probably going to take me probably a few months to train for it. Meaning you're running every day and everything. But I've never. But it's something. It's on my bucket list.
Well, you could kind of imagine what you should do. Hear what you should do now from Willon.
Okay. A marathon is not easy to run. I remember I have to compete with Granny Lucy's. Granny Lucy's is about 90. Right now
I did a half marathon as well too. I did the Brooklyn half marathon as well too. I did a half marathon.
You did a half marathon.
Yeah.
And
you did that? Hold on, Willon.
Oh, when I was working at a charter school, I ran with the white girls.
Oh man, what a privilege!
I mean,
soup. That's why you making lime soup.
No.
You want to do another marathon? So Mr. Nurse, this question here for you. Plus, I want to ask you. You know, you make all these trek around the Caribbean, and you move around. You run marathon. You pick up anything out there?
Well, I'll be true to myself. Every country I've been to, there was a young lady there. So I don't believe in long distance relationship. So maybe you eat a food and you run away and you go away and you hide and you go bye-bye, you know. But I didn't believe in long distance relationship. So when I go, I tell a person, hey, I have to leave to go to Mexico. So let's be friends. Let's keep in touch. But that's it. There was one young lady.
So you are an Adventist. So you just go, live, love, and leave.
Well, man should live by bread alone.
I don't. Oh, okay. Let me go back to marathon here.
Yeah. When preparing for the marathon.
The marathon, yeah.
when preparing for the marathon itself, for me, I'm an individual. I used to train, but I've now started back to train because I put on a lot of weight right now. But I used to train every morning, every afternoon.
You put on weight or you put on weight?
I have put on weight. I was more like this. And every morning from 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 to 5, I used to run. And by the time 6 o'clock, I'm back ready, getting ready to go to school. And my dear, when it reaches 3 o'clock in the evening, 3, 4 o'clock in the evening, I run from about 3, 4, 5, 6 until a little later, like 7, and get myself. So by the time I'm ready for a marathon, I'm not competing against anybody. I'm running my race. So me with my national flag, I remember my first international marathon for Trinidad and Tobago, and Pamnos Valentine was running, and I didn't really train that much that year, so I dig off in a speed. And everybody started following me, and I set that pace there, that Pamnos Valentine, to break the Trinidad and Tobago record itself because of my speed I run.
So what time in the marathon that you broke down?
I broke down in the marathon after like 4 or 5 miles. I broke down and started to run, walk, but I had my flag with me. So media with me, and I showing off because everybody see me on television, and I love to see the camera. And the camera see me, so it's my time. And people were taking pictures of me with my flag.
So you just was running for a few minutes of fame?
Yes. And it was fun. And from there, after I started build up myself, and I decided, okay, well, here, I will I will go into the half marathon instead of the 26 miles marathon. So the half marathon is 13.2 miles, and so the time that you could make that in is 1 hour and 1 hour and 15 minutes, or 120 for the least. But I will make that in just 2 hours because, again, I love my time. But it's for the fun of it.
So you and Keino, do you guys think that Tobago need to have some marathon and run running team and group?
I was decided to bring to the table for Tobago Department of Sports, run the Tobago Marathon. Run the Tobago Marathon International, whereby you could run from the different point. They have a relay team, or you could do a relay team if you want. Different point. But from Charleville to Roxborough, you have a team there, or Charleville to Delaford to Roxborough. And you just go down and you's a team you're running with. Or you could choose a country team as a tongue team.
Don't give your ideas out, some people gonna steal it. And they wouldn't give you no credit for your well, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have met Mr. Willon Ivan Nurse. We heard from him. We are going to ask one question, and then you guys can give your closing statement. Now the COVID is here, and now we are envisioning vaccine. What do you have to say about vaccine, Mr. Keino? Would you take it?
I'm ready.
Oh, you're ready for it?
I'm ready for the vaccine because I'm ready to get on a plane because I need to go somewhere. I'm ready for the vaccine. I'm ready because I'm getting COVID fatigue. I mean, I'm wearing masks every time I go out, but I'm ready for the vaccine. I don't believe in any vaccine hoax or anything like that. I'm not anti-vax or anything. There's science behind all of these things, and I'm ready to take the COVID vaccine.
Based on my knowledge, what is going on in the world right now, I'm very scared about vaccine in a moment because it's a systematic thing that to control your whole freedom, and that's what they're bringing towards the table. So it's not just a vaccine you get in.
Before you continue that, it's like what they're doing now here in America. According to your answers, I'll have to cut you off. This is very controversial, the way you're answering, because then this is your views. Now, I want people to know this is not Mama Coco views. This is the views of Mr. Willon Ivan Nurse. He said he's a skeptic, and he's claiming that what is going on in the world, we don't have enough time to know what's going on in the world.
Well, I mean, you should be fortunate because of a vaccine. You don't have polio, you don't have measles, you don't have mumps, rubella, and all those things. So there's science behind this stuff. And I don't think, I mean, yeah, there are going to be skeptical people out there, but there is a global pandemic that is taking place. One of the things that I'm concerned about the vaccine being given to everybody, especially poor countries, as well. But I think people should get their vaccines. That the reason why we don't have crippling diseases affecting people is because we had vaccines before.
With a lot of people with polio, teachers with polio, Mr. Andrews from Belgarden. I have my cousin still living in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, with polio.
A lot of people you couldn't, they had to stay home from school, the whole neck swollen with mumps, rubella, and then a lot of things, smallpox.
And can I just make a note here? I said, I mean, Avenel is saying people are skeptical about vaccines since the Tuskegee incident. Yes, you know what? That's very unfortunate. And that was at a time, and yes, we need to get rid of all the vestiges of white supremacy and all of those things. And they've been in white supremacy has been in every element of everything since forever. And in order to decolonize ourselves because white supremacy is something that we need to decolonize ourselves from as well too. And we need, in order to know that if the vaccine going to work on black people, you're going to need black people to be tested about it.
Powerful. But listen to this too. if they want to get rid of more black people in the world, they're going to make us be afraid of taking that vaccine so we die. So we have...
Mama Coco, Mama Coco, Mama Coco.
Yes.
Yes, we need to decolonize from it, but we need to re-educate the people. And what is not going on in Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean itself, they're not re-educating the people about vaccine. What is good vaccine and what is the bad vaccine. So we need to re-educate us, teach us, so that we wouldn't be afraid or skeptical.
Well, we're gonna have a show. We're gonna have a show, a 90-minute show concerning vaccines. Everybody will have their own point of view, but what I don't like too much is the Bill Gates and the this and that and bringing in these things. These people are already rich. These people could pay for what they want. And if we get in something to save our lives, I think we should think about it some more. I ain't going to rush out there tomorrow morning and take the vaccine like Keino yet, but I don't have that kind of fear and doubts, and I wouldn't create it and expound on it so people will be in fear. Closing statement, please. Let's do it. Closing statement, Mr.
Okay.
Willon.
What I want to thank you, Mama Coco, for giving me this opportunity. I want to thank Keino for being the co-host here. I want to thank Dr. Cindy Duke, Mr. Winston Duke. I want to thank you all a lot for giving me this invitation that I could come out, and the people out there who is watching this show and know who is Willon Ivan Nurse and know how they could connect and learn from all of us what we are doing here, because this is about this re-education. What I also want, and because I want to say this, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, especially the men, I'm crying out that the men of Trinidad and Tobago be real men and stop killing our women. Respect our women and them. Women are free, they're not property. They need to leave them alone. And if you have a problem, go and talk to a big brother who will teach you not to abuse women. I wanted, because I'm saying this because Jamelia and I were talking about it, and
yes,
we were awareness for women.
We will get to that point. We have in closing. We have in closing statement.
What I want to say also to thank you so much, and I also want to thank my University of Southern Caribbean, and even Dr. Stephen Lashley for making me the person that who I am today. All my dean of the dormitory where I'm living in, all the people who was helping me, Pastor Carl Spence, Pastor Lafleur, I call Pastor Carl Spence, everybody.
Who is Toby? Toby.
Huh?
Dr. Toby.
Toby, Dr. Tobias, Dr. Keino Baird.
Yes, well,
Dr. Keino Baird also. I want to thank also, as I said, I want to thank University of Southern Caribbean because of the scholarship that they're giving me this semester to continue my study, so that I could be comfortable here in Trinidad, because I can't get to go back in Tobago because of a lot of stuff, and I'm depending on a lot of stuff here at this university. All my family, my friend, my mom, my brother, my sister. My brother called out to me yesterday morning. It was so good to hear from him. My sister in New York, Susan. All the people who are supporting me to just make sure that I finish this degree and become successful to help my country, Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you, Mama Coco, again.
And to help
Thank you so much. Blessing and peace be upon you all.
Yes. Well, we have heard from Willon Nurse, a young man from Betsy's Hope. He grew up with the Wrights, Lindy Wright and Lystra Wright and all the family there. You guys were close. Miss Olga Batiste, who rescued your family at a certain time after your father died. And we want to thank everybody that make Willon Nurse who he is today. So we send greetings out to the University of Southern California. We send out to all those who help him and work with him and still working with him, who facilitated him by giving him a what? What they gave you?
A scholarship.
A scholarship. So thanks to
University of Southern Caribbean.
University of Southern Caribbean. Yes, not California, Caribbean. Yes. So, Keino, can we get your closing statements, my son? Love you.
So it was a pleasure being here tonight. Again, it was a good meeting you. You're a great guest. Tonight, I know I haven't been on probably a little bit more than a month, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot was getting done during that time. And it was all around.
Congratulations for your students
Yes,
second.
yeah, I'm really happy for them, and we're gonna try to expand on the program and get more kids coding, because I think it's the skills that they're gonna need. It's the skills the next generation is going to need, and those are the people who I really believe in.
Well, say hello to your mom, say hello to your family. Be good to each other when you go out and you know that you went out and you get close to anybody. Please wear a mask for the first few days or hours once you come back inside Keino, because you have my sister there and she's over 50. Plus your father is over 50. So help take care of them, young and wise. Give your sister my love. So to each and everyone who out there listening to Mama Coco Life and Style this evening, I want to thank you guys. We give God praise and thanks. Father, we want to thank you for this evening. Thank you for everyone. Daryl O'Neill is saying, God bless you all. Let me see if we could run down 2, 3 people here. Jamelia is saying, Keino is awesome all the way. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, thank you, Keino.
Thank you.
Yes.
I have to hop onto my class shortly.
So please, gentlemen, do not come off. Stay right there. We are going to have a little chat in the back when we finish. And we have a show coming up on Saturday. We have a show. Yes, this show is on current affairs, hosted by Cora Pantin. It's widely known. I'm widely known as Mama Coco. And we are going to have 2 guests here on Saturday. And Sunday, we are still speaking about it, because 2 of my guests, they lost their father in Delaford over the weekend there. My cousin Ken Melville, Ken Hercules, Ken Melville, and they are supposed to come on the show, so I don't know what method of grieving are they doing. And good night. Oh, good day, everybody. God
Peace.
Peace, Keino.
Peace, Keino. Peace, Mama Coco.
Peace.